All right, what's going on, everybody? Long time no see, some of you anyway. For the patrons, we just got done doing a little Patreon only live on Jason's channel. So we are over there. We're kind of doing a little update for some things. Now we're in scramble mode, trying to get our Nashville Barrel Company samples and stuff going. So tonight, and thanks everybody for joining. It just kind of we flipped from Jason's channel right on over here to this one, and we're excited to do this one. So really, we were supposed to do it last week, but Jason and I had some stuff come up, so we had to push it back to tonight. So, but really looking forward to getting into these. So let me say hi to a few people that were in here right away. So let's go, nerds. What's going on? TK, good to see you, brother. The Turkmeister, how's it going, Ethan? Good to see you. Kenny, good to see you. Top Dog, always good to see you, brother. What's up, Robbie? Good to see you, brother. My man, how's it going, brother? Greg, let's see. Johnny T, good to see you, John. Timmy, thanks for jumping in. Appreciate it. Eric, thanks for jumping in. Appreciate it. Good to see you. Johnny, good to see you. Hey, Darrell, good to see you too, brother. The boss herself, Katie, good to see you. Hopefully we can all get together soon. That'd be awesome. What's up, Wesley? JG, my man, good to see you, brother. Okay. And Doug, good to see you. So, okay. So Jason's just getting a couple other little things situated on his end, and we'll kind of get going at this. So what do we have tonight? So little recap. So 2 weeks ago, we did our Nashville Barrel Company bourbon pick. We ended up with, between the 5 and 8 year, the 5 year, that 5 year bourbon that we ended up with was absolutely fantastic. If it's not the best, I don't want to say the best. The best is difficult, but it was an absolutely incredible 5 year bourbon. And I think you guys, when people start getting them, and this process will go fast. I think from the time we select this, I mean, these things could roll out within, I think they said really, really fast. I mean, this could be within a month easily. So we'll have these coming in addition to a few other things that are coming for the Mash and Journey Whiskey Club. So a lot of good stuff, as most of you are very aware. There he is. He's back. So yeah, we've got tonight. We've got our, what is it? 6? Yeah, we have a 6 year rye and 9 year rye. Now we don't know. We're basically blind on these. We don't know proofs outside of age. It's the only thing that we know. We don't know any, again, like the proofs, any of that stuff, where the barrels are stored in the rick, any of that kind of stuff. So we're tasting solely off of our flavor profile. So, and we're gonna try to get another good one. Like we were talking before about how good that 5 year bourbon was. Man, was that good!
Holy shit, dude! I still think about it. I drank the rest of my sample. I wish I had more. I cannot wait to get that bottle. It's so damn good.
Yeah, it was. I was saying when you were kind of off camera a little bit, like I didn't want to say the best, but I'll tell you, it's probably one of the top 5 year bourbons I maybe have had.
I've never had a 5 year bourbon like that,
dude. It was.
It's just not even. I don't think I've ever had a 5 year bourbon that dark. I mean, you guys saw how dark it was. It was ridiculous. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. That thing must have aged like in the top area of some warehouse, because it was that you could easily fool someone thinking that's like a 10-year-old bourbon.
It really was one of those ones. It was like if you were expecting an 8 year or something with some age, that's what you would expect to get from that, not from a 5 year bourbon. That was ridiculous what that was. So, but anyway.
So what's been going on, man? How are your brewers doing?
We're hanging in there. We're starting to kind of get into a little bit of the meat of the schedule in terms of the quality teams that we're starting to play a little bit. So I think in the next 2 weeks to month, I think you'll truly see what kind of team this is. I mean, we've got really good pitching, pretty decent hitting, best. Yeah, maybe the best 8 and 9 guys in the pen in the league. Maybe that's arguable. I don't think anybody can argue with Hader not being.
Yeah, you're the the Brewers pitching is ridiculous.
Yeah, we've got some good pitching, and that's what's going to keep you in the race. That's for sure. As long as you can stay healthy, that's the way it is. So your Mets are still hanging in there. That's for sure.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
It's not the All-Star break yet.
Not the All-Star break. Listen, they're fun to watch right now. I'm happy that they're winning. Get as much distance as you can now, because in the All-Star break, as you guys know, and I said it last year and the year before, once the All-Star break hits, right after that, we see who the real Mets are. So we'll see what happens.
Well, that's when when you start getting to around, the All-Star break, that's when that's kind of when the season begins. If you're in it, if you're still in the race, that's when, it's buckle down time. That's when you really need to perform. So this is like the early part of baseball. This is kind of like the start of like the Kentucky Derby, until you make that like final bend, it's not totally on. So we'll see. So,
all right.
So, all right. So tonight we're going to start with, again, we're going to go in the way they label these ages 6-year barrel number 1. So they've got a system on their end, so they know exactly what these are. We have no idea what this stuff is. But yeah, man, we're going to do our darndest to get you another fantastic rye whiskey. And hopefully you guys will really appreciate it. And this was one that Jason and I kind of talked about reaching out to them and getting things, just with everything that they kind of have going on and their selection of barrels. They do a really, really nice job of sourcing some great whiskey. And, I'll say this, not all sourcing is the same. We found that out. That's for sure. There's some people that have got a little bit of a priority in terms of what they get, but, and they seem to be one of those companies. So why don't we dive into these and
ready to dive in, bud?
See what we've got on another Tuesday night. So, all right, so we're gonna start with ages 6-year and bottle or barrel number 1. So,
the NBA lotteries happen tonight. That's interesting. Okay,
really?
Yeah. Hopefully the Knicks get a good pick because they suck.
Hey, are you a hockey fan at all?
Dude, go fucking Rangers, baby.
Yeah, baby. Were you watching a little OT the other night?
Dude, it was the best game. The game, gave me both a heart attack and like the best cheering ever.
Oh, that was so good.
The game was so good. Now, who are they playing next? Now, the Flame, Calgary?
No. Carolina, the Hurricanes.
Oh, playing Carolina. Okay.
Yeah. So that'll be the Carolina is really good. So we'll see. It helps to have the best, maybe the best. Well, the best is kind of subjective, but he did win the Vezina. So
yeah, dude, I'm very excited. I do watch the Rangers, here and there all year, but really, there's nothing like playoff hockey. I don't give a shit what anybody says.
You got it.
There's nothing like playoff hockey.
Look at Peter. Now Peter's a fan. Now we're talking Rangers.
There you go. Now we're talking. There you go, Peter White.
Yeah. Oh, kitty. No, where did he say this? I'm gonna block him. No
Rangers,
Flyers.
That's nice. Go Flyers.
Oh, no.
Fucking Philly.
A lot of hockey guys in here. Lightning, and
go Lightning. That's
Oh, come on, Nick.
Canes. Yeah.
All right.
All the game 7s in that first round were nuts.
Oh, it was so good. That was so good.
So good. All right.
Let's
do it. Let's see if we could find a rye that will actually beat out our Sagamore rye.
Oh, that's a good one, man. That's another one people have absolutely loved. So
the Driftless rye, which was a hitter.
That's another one we might want to talk about, maybe trying to get back on the schedule this year if possible.
For sure. The Peerless rye that just really, the Wilderness Trail, we've had some pretty stellar ryes released so far.
I think we're starting to see like our group warm up a little bit more to ryes. I think it has a lot to do with again, I'm a little bit biased, but I think we've been giving them some really fantastic ryes. So hopefully you guys are appreciating some of these. So
all right.
Oh man.
So
that's like Andy's candy.
It's like what?
It's like an Andy's candy.
So this is we're starting off with a lot of 6 years, right? 6-1, 6-2,
Correct.
6-3.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah, super minty, almost like mojito, like on the nose.
Yeah, good call. I think there's even a little bit of like a leather or kind of like a cigar tobacco note on it. There's that little mint, but there's that hint of the like a dryness, like an oak on it. Nice color.
Yeah, I'm noticing that the 6 years might be darker than the 9 years. I don't know what's going on with these. All the Nashville things they live in the backwards world.
Odd. They live in the backwards world.
Yeah. Oh yeah, good call. Top Shelf Dustin. Have you heard about the New Riff malted rye sherry finish they're coming out with?
Oh no.
So they're malted rye, like New Riff rye. I love what they do with ryes. But that malted rye is delicious, and now they're gonna finish it in sherry. Oh my god!
Yeah, I think the malted rye is probably for me the best thing that they do. So,
yeah. Oh yeah, fire it up in the chat. The Hard Truth. Have you tried the Hard Truth yet?
No, I haven't. I've heard pretty good things about it though.
Dude, it is so effing good for a young rye. It's ridiculous.
Well, yeah. I reached out to them to see about doing a pick with them, but they just wanted to offer that like old Dickel stuff that they have. That was the only thing that they were offering. They weren't doing this one. So
nobody wants old Dickel.
No, that they don't. So we're our Black Forest Bugaboo or Bugaboo, Wisconsin, as Jason says. It's about an hour, maybe an hour and 15 minutes from me. So not too far.
Oh, Gary Fancy Franchi got to try it last week. He said it was fantastic. Okay.
Cool.
All right. Yeah, I'm getting a little bit of that MGP backbone is there, a little bit like that citrus sweet tea note.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
Yep.
I mean, it's a pleasant nose, that's for sure. So
that's good. Give it a go.
Cheers.
Wow.
Man.
Very spice, savory forward.
Very
rye bread, rye spice, rye grain.
Yeah, that's a very rye drinker's rye whiskey, I would say. Now the finish, this is interesting. It was all of what you just described, and then that sweetness, when that spice started to go away, the sweetness kicked in on it.
I got that little bit of that sweet tobacco note you were talking about earlier on there. Man. Like a little bit of like a sweet cigar.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very nice. It's very nice. It's got that layered aspect to it. But yeah, you're hit with the rye spice like immediately.
And this has a really nice lingering finish too, which I like.
Yeah, it does. It drinks fairly complex though.
It does. It's very complex. It like you said, it's very layered. All the flavors are. This could be one of those ryes that definitely every time you go back to it, might pick up something different.
Yeah,
but it's very rye heavy.
Wait till you try it again. You'll see that's not as much of a punch as it was the first time. It definitely was right away. Now it's still there. There's still the rye spice.
Yeah, there's some sweetness coming out for sure.
Yeah. The sweetness, I would say, is much more on the finish part of it, though.
For sure. I totally agree. Yeah, all the sweets on the back end, not the front.
Yeah, exactly.
That's good, though.
That's very good.
It's very good. That's a really good. For the first dram, that's really good.
I mean, for a 6-year rye, it drinks really, really nicely. Man.
Yeah, it's got a lot of flavor. Reminds me a little bit of some of the Kentucky Owls, the old ones. Where it has that really good spiciness, and then all of a sudden it's got like this little like burst of sweetness on the back end of it. It's very Kentucky Owl-esque. Like I'm talking Dixon Kentucky Owl rye, not the new ones.
That's actually very good. The more you sip on it, that's a long finish too. Shit,
it goes on for days.
Man, that's really nice. All right,
Mets just hit a home run. Now they take the lead. Thank you very much. All right, here we go.
Nice.
They had a double header today, so
Oh, did they?
Yeah, because their game got rained out yesterday. They're playing the Cardinals right now. I fucking hate the Cardinals. So.
Oh, so do I. I really hate the Cardinals.
Ooh.
Are you on 2?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, number 2's nose is.
Boy, it's very rich. I'm like, it's very bold, like on the nose.
It's super rich. So this is more on the sweet rye side rather than the rye heavy. Like compare it to number 1 and see that difference. Nick Proman hates the Dodgers.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh man.
I hate the Dodgers too. Yeah, this is I'm actually getting like a bit of I don't know if that's like caramel or toffee or something like that.
That's exactly what it is.
You said something before about sweet tea. There's like more of a sweet tea aspect on the front. This is
more of a sweeter rye profile compared to number 1. More caramel, I get almost like a toasted marshmallow aspect in here.
That's a good call. Look at that color.
Dude, it's dark.
It's very dark.
Let's see. Thin is saying I hate the Angels. Okay.
All right.
Everyone just writing I hate this team. I hate this team.
Hate the Angels.
Someone could write I hate the Yankees in there.
You know who doesn't? I don't think. And again, I think because he plays for the Angels is that what is it? Shohei Ohtani or something, whatever his name is. When you can hit bombs and then be like a number 1 superstar like pitcher, that's not something that comes around very often. That dude, if he was like a Yankee or a Met or something like that, or a Dodger, that dude would be ridiculous.
Yeah, he could, if he was in a bigger market, he could be the face of the league.
Oh my God. I still don't understand why or how his handlers didn't have him in a Yankee.
The Angels paid him the most, and
it's the Angels. I mean, does anybody even watch them? Like they're on. Nobody else in the world can even watch them. Like just like the people.
Well, I mean, people are watching them now, though, dude. So
whatever.
Yeah. So
look at poor Mike Trout. That guy he's been the best player in baseball, and like no one even gets to watch him because he plays for the Angels.
Yeah, it's true. He's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. It's much sweeter. Definitely not the heavy rise, but
yeah, it's got. Yeah, I think toffee, like a burnt toffee, is what I'm getting.
And I still like that sweet tea aspect. There's something about it.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna try this. Hopefully, the palate lives up to the nose here.
I hear you. Very, very, it's very sweet tea with a little bit of spice. It's good, but there's not a lot going on.
Yeah, the palate did not live up to the nose.
It's not.
I was like waiting for this flavor punch, and it never happened.
yeah, it was. I was waiting. It was a little bit of like a Star Wars buildup that just never came at all. So
yeah, it's like we're gonna promise you Darth Vader, and we just gave you fucking Jar Jar. So
it's a little, like, I hate to say it, but it's a little like flat almost.
Yeah. Misa thinks it sucks. Oh. That was my Jar Jar. Misa. What's up, Cam?
What's up, Cam? How's it going, brother? Oh, good.
Dusty Dan in the house.
There's our boy. What's up, Dusty?
I just got on the very back end of this. I just got like this sassafras, like root beer note on the very back end of it, which it's just funny. It kind of reminds me of some of the Woodinville ryes that I've had with like that root beer effect.
Yeah, I mean one so far. I mean, of the two.
Yeah, of the two, definitely one wins on that one.
Yeah. All right, come on, number 3.
I was expecting more on the palate after that note.
Yeah, a little bit flat. I mean, again, we're having to nitpick. They're all good, but
no, Jar Jar doesn't sound like my Kermit. This is Kermit the Frog here. Jar Jar is more like Jar Jar sounds a little bit like my woodchuck guy, like Miss. How much wood can the woodchuck chuck? You know, that
your Kermit was pretty on point.
Kermit's pretty on. Yeah, I got a good Kermit.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Damn.
Piggy, let's go to the bedroom. I'm in the mood for bacon.
That's pretty good. Jesus, somebody's got too much time on his hands. Jesus. Just sits around beating the drums, like doing.
Well, dude, so back in the day, you know, I mean, I think most of the chat knows this. You guys know that I used to, work for a DJ company, and we used to do like a bunch of, I did weddings and bar mitzvahs, and I used to MC and dance and do all that shit. But when there weren't any weddings going on the weekends, we would do kids parties in the studio, and I was like tasked to, they were like, dude, can you do any like voice impressions? Because the owner could do a few, like he could do like Barney and a couple others, and we would just entertain the kids with these voices. So I don't know, somehow along the line, I ended up doing like fucking Kermit and Elmo and fucking Barney as well. So a bunch of different voices. So
yeah, you like show up for like little 6-year-old birthday parties.
Yeah, I was like, yeah. I used to fuck him up. I'd be like Barney, like, hey boys and girls, I'm gonna murder you.
I'll honestly say that was probably the creepiest thing I've heard all night long. But
hey boys and girls, I'm hiding in your closet.
Jesus, I'm hiding in your closet. Oh, Jesus Christ! And officially,
freaking out these poor kids.
22 minutes into, we're officially off the rails. Oh, Jesus Christ, that's funny.
Oh shit!
Oh my God, I'm hiding in your closet.
Hey boys and girls, I'm gonna eat you tonight.
Jesus, that sounds like it should be something that would be like in a Happy Gilmore type of movie, like Adam Sandler or something. That's the crazy shit he would do.
Oh my God, yeah, it was crazy. I'm sure they made me do some other voices that I can't remember, but whatever. Robert D says I can do a good Tommy from Goodfellas. Oh, that's.
Well, you should probably be able to do a good Tommy.
I really can't. Oh. I feel like if I sat and I worked on a good Joe Pesci, I could probably figure one out, but he's tough. I think my cousin, actually, it's kind of funny. Yeah, my cousin Vinny can actually do a good.
My cousin Vinny.
You actually do a good can do a good Joe Pesci, ironic, maybe not so ironically.
Exactly. You know what's a show that I wish was like coming on now, and I think it could be done even better, was The Sopranos. Man, that was such a good show. It just was so far ahead of its time. Yeah. Man, I mean, it was still great acting and all that, but like I just think with what they have now, they could have made it even better than it is.
Yeah, I feel like we have Yellowstone, which is like Cowboy Mafia.
That's true.
Yellowstone's like Cowboy Mafia, which is a great show.
Those are some angry ranchers. Angry.
Hey, you got to protect the land by any means.
That you do.
Yep. Oh yeah, Yogi Bear. Jason, can you do Captain Kirk? Captain Kirk is just like overacting.
Yeah, it is.
There's someone on the wing, something. It's just overacting. All right, want to go to 6-3 here?
Yeah, let's go to 6-3. So, all right. So I think we can probably eliminate 2 from the.
Yeah, next to 1, 2 is pretty flat. So, all right, let's go to 3.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Now we're getting.
Now
3.
What are you gonna say?
I was just gonna say like 3 seems to be a little bit of a mixture of 1 and 2 kind of.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's sweet and spicy.
Yeah, sweet and spicy.
Hey boo boo, let's go take a picnic.
Hey boo boo.
Hey boo boo.
Hey goo goo.
That's the little Italian grandma. Hey goo goo.
That was so funny. I love that. The funny part about it is like being so, you can't even say like naive. It's just without knowing like any technology. I mean, it's just, for her to talk to a little machine like that, go.
Yeah, this is sweet and spicy, but I'm getting the sweet T note from number 2.
Yeah, I can see that.
And I'm actually getting a little bit of red fruit in here.
Oh, good call.
Trying to figure out what it is.
Yeah, I think that's a good call. I was getting like right away, like a really nice, like a nice vanilla bean, like a real nice vanilla.
Yeah, definitely on the sweeter side. A lot of it's very confectionery on this.
Yeah,
one,
but there's that nice sweet oak to it. There's an oak presence,
Sweet oak, and I still get the nice presence of rye spice. Where
the good part about this is what I was a little bit worried that with the 6 years specifically was I thought we were going to get a lot of dill, and I'm not really getting much or any of it, to be honest.
Don't really, dude. You don't really get dill in MGP rye. I don't really.
I do. I get some.
I don't think I've gotten a lot of it. Well,
maybe I get it in the younger stuff. I should say. But
like
that was one of my concerns.
The only ryes I really get heavy dill are Willet.
Yeah, that's disgusting. Yeah. I hate Willet rye. It's one of my least favorite things. It is disgusting.
And surprisingly, sometimes when I have the Michter's rye, I'll get dill in the Michter's rye. Even though even though it's a sweeter rye, I'll get a little dill sometimes in the Michter's rye.
All right.
And Sazerac rye as well.
All right, so Troy gets it in a little bit of the Kentucky ryes.
Orlando Magic got the #1 pick. Okay.
Oh, interesting.
Okay. So were you disappointed when Giannis and the team lost to the Celtics?
Man, it was just one of the deals. Like you could. What ultimately ended up happening? I mean, Boston played a really good series, and they shot well. The Bucks, when you're going to have a really bad game, Game 7 is a bad time to have a bad game. But when you don't make any threes and your defense isn't very good, I mean, they didn't have Middleton, which is probably their second best player, arguably. They just kind of finally met their match, and it was just it is what it is. It didn't.
Yeah, I agree, Dustin. I think Middleton being hurt really kind of because everyone, it really killed him.
Yeah. I mean, he's probably, outside of Drew Holiday, he's probably their best overall shooter. When you lose that guy, that's tough to win. So yeah, Nick, they needed Middleton. So, but it is what it is.
All right, let's give this one a go. I'm hoping this lives some life here.
Fingers crossed.
Nope.
Man, number one is still pretty damn good.
Dude, #1 is destroying both of these. Dude, go back and smell #1 now. Less rye, and now it's more.
I think I'm about to.
Oh my god, dude! #1 is getting better and better and better as it sits in the.
Yeah, that was a nice part. Even early on, #1 had a lot going on.
6-1 is so good.
And it seems to be the lightest of the three.
Yeah, that's not even close.
Thanks, Robert. Appreciate that, bud.
Robert D. Thank you, baby.
Finding that I really like MGP ryes. Can you guys recommend some brands that use their rye? Oh, Jesus.
God, who doesn't?
Here's one I'm going to say that's a bit underrated. I think that a lot of people don't talk about is a lot of the Rossville Union. It's an MGP brand. It flies under the radar. But again, remember, it's their brand. They theoretically should be keeping a lot of their own stock, things that they feel are better. And some of the Rossville Union ryes are really nice. I have heard some of the Redemption rye can be pretty good.
The Redemption, that higher age cask strength Redemption is fantastic.
Yeah.
This one right here is awesome. The Templeton 10-year rye is a very underrated, not so much talked about rye whiskey. Templeton got a bad rap, from the marketing bullshit that they did. But they've done a rebrand, and this 10-year rye is fantastic. There's a lot of good ones. But if you want straight up just delicious MGP, try one of the Barrel Strength Rossville Unions. It's a good age. It's a good. Sagamore is using some MGP, but not for long. So, there's a lot out there.
There's a lot of them out there. But I think if you start with like a few of those, I think that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, you could pretty much find those pretty much anywhere. So
Man, number one is really good. Oh, look at Marty. He's after your heart.
This may cost me any future picks, but Yankees for life. Well, Whiskey knows you said it. You're just the link may kind of avoid you. Your email might be typed wrong the next pick comes around.
Might have misplaced a letter or a number.
I misplaced. Whiskey doesn't know.
Yeah, I missed. Yeah, Whiskey doesn't know. Nice.
Whiskey knows shit at gmail.com. What? I thought that was your email, Marty. Come on. Yeah. All right. I'm sorry. I'm only kidding.
Man, I'm going back to 3 a little bit, but
yeah, 3 is better than 2, but it still doesn't stand up to 1.
Man.
Yeah. One just has this extra something to it.
Yeah, one is very good. I mean, it was like, right away.
Yeah, but I think I could see why 3 would give it a run. It's a little bit different than 1, and it does have that sneaky finish like 1 does.
I would say that about 3. Like 3 is a little more similar to 1.
Yeah, for sure.
But sweeter.
A little sweeter. All right. Well, why don't we let those sit out and we'll see how those change.
Okay. All right. Let me.
So we'll keep those aside. We're gonna eliminate 2.
All right. I'm gonna leave those.
I'm gonna leave 3 and 1 out for a little bit and just let it go back to that before we select one because they're pretty close.
And I have to remember what we're paying for the 9-year rise. They do get a little pricey, but
yeah. So what are the price differences for 6 to 1? Are the 6 years like 90 or are they in the 120?
No, I don't think they're. I think they're less. I think this 6-year might be like in that $80 range, $85 range.
So the 9 years are 120.
I think so. They might even be more. So these, I would say this. Okay. I mean, for your guys' sake, I mean, these are going to have to really be good. I think for, I guess it's a good question. I mean, do you guys have a problem paying like a big jump in price, for a
these 9-year rise better be like Thomas H. Handy level in order to
because
give us. Because
they're not cheap.
Yeah, they're not cheap. I mean, the age statement is great on them, but these better blow us away for that type of money.
And that's the thing. I mean, I think we have a 1 or 2 really good ryes that are going to be a little more, I'll say, affordable. But anyway, let's see what we've got here. So, all right, so we're on to the 9-year now. So 9, number 1. Let's see what we get here. That one. Okay. Yeah, so that's the thing. It is. I mean, and we'd have to find out. I mean, these could be WJK. These could. I mean, I hate to say it, but I mean, these might be in that 150 range, to be honest.
Oh my God, dude! 9-1. All I'm gonna say is pick it up and smell it and tell me. I'm not even gonna put it in your head, but what do you smell? Because it reminds me of a distinct candy. Like it's not even like it's a candy that I like to eat.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I would say like a little bit of like a root beer candy.
For me, this is all Swedish fish to me.
Oh, Swedish fish. All right. I don't eat many of those things. So that's not something that's familiar.
Like that cherry gummy candy on the nose. That's crazy.
I can definitely see the heavy fruit note.
Mm-hmm. This is all Swedish fish to me. It just
and I would say just a little jammy.
I've never had like such a clear, like as soon as I smelled something, like holy fuck, that's Swedish fish. That's Swedish fish.
I can't even. I don't think I could even tell you the last time I had one of those. To be honest.
Yeah, so, I mean, I don't buy them just because of the sake that if I buy them, I'll eat the whole bag. But every time
that's the problem. There's with any of that kind of shit, there's no stopping. Once you have
when you open a fresh bag of Swedish fish and that first whiff you get of the candy, that's what I got in this glass.
It's like all of the dust comes out of the bag and just like
yeah, whatever fake nuclear gummy shit is in there comes out of the bag.
It's like the greatest pixie dust ever when you open up those kind of bags. Yeah, it's sweet. It's not. I wouldn't say the nose is like blowing me away by any means.
It's not. It doesn't blow me away. I do like the Swedish fish note, but it's all about the palate. You're not gonna sit here and nose it all night.
You know, the one thing I'll say, like maybe there's a little bit more of like a chocolate or like a fudgy note to it. There's something that's like a
I can't get past the Swedish fish. It's like locked in my brain. So
okay,
I'm just gonna have to try it.
All right, let's try it.
Whoa,
man, it's very
on the palate. I got root beer.
Yeah, it's funny that you say that because that was going to be the first thing. It was like a little bit like this like root beer, and there's like even a little bit of like a syrupy kind of note.
Yeah, it's like root beer maple syrup. What the fuck?
And something even there's like a little bit of a I can see the sweetness part of it that you're pulling out of this. There's definitely that sweetness of something like that. I can't say Swedish fish because I don't know. I don't remember what that is, and there's something that's very like jammy or fruit forward with this one too.
Dude, this is one of the craziest rides I've ever had. It is so, oh my God. It's like going into a like a candy shop.
Fuck, that's good.
I don't even know how to describe it. Like it's like root beer candy, Swedish fish, maple syrup. Like it's like a fat kid's dream.
Man, it's got a great finish. The spice is nice on it. The oak is nice on it. It's very well balanced.
Oh, dude.
Man, that finish is crazy on this thing, man.
Are you getting like cola syrup?
Maybe. I mean, it's like that root beer, maybe cola or something, but there's, you know what it is? The more I keep talking about soda, you know what it reminds me of now? Fucking Dr. Pepper. With the fruit and stuff. It's like Dr. Pepper with the spice and all that.
That's exactly what it is. It's Dr. fucking Pepper. That's what it is.
This is adult Dr. Pepper is what this is.
It's the Dr. Pepper cherry.
Yeah, there's something about that. Man, that's nice.
It's cherry Dr. Pepper. That's exactly what it is.
That's what it
I've never tasted a rye. That's crazy.
That's a very, very interesting rye to get like all of that, like that kind of sweetness and that fruit and spice.
I mean, I don't know if it's hard because like my brain is like, just fucking sign me up for that one because it's so different and unique. But
yeah,
I'm not sure how everyone would feel about this.
Man, I think it's
different.
I think it's different, but in a very good way. I agree with you 100%. And I think that the good part would be, I think after someone took a sip of this, they'd be like, yeah, fuck, I see what they're talking about now. That's very interesting.
Dude, Dr. Pepper was such a spot on call. Yes, Dr. I can't sit.
Because it's just that spice and the fruit and the like root beer, whatever that like spice.
Yeah, whatever they use to flavor like Dr. Pepper. It's like they poured a little bit in this rye whiskey.
Man, that's interesting. That's
crazy. That is a definite standout.
I wonder how that would mix with Dr. Pepper, by the way.
You wouldn't have to. You just drink it.
That's true. That's very good.
Dude, man. Dr. Pepper. That's so spot on. Wow.
I can just put Dr. Pepper and
I was saying root beer, but Dr. Pepper is actually more accurate for sure.
I think what it was on the finish, the spice part of it kicked in, and then that fruity thing was there, and I'm like, man, that's like freaking Dr. Pepper almost.
Yeah, top shelf dust. Yeah, Dr. Pepper is based on 23 flavors.
Yeah. Yeah, there was something going on with
something going on in that rye. That's just, it's bananas. Yeah. Well, there's no, but There's no banana. I mean, like banana's crazy, not bananas flavor.
Girl, I want one.
I want one now. As soon as I said "Fat Kid's Dream," everybody's lining up now.
That's very interesting, man.
That's really different and crazy. That's crazy.
I think it's still like, with it being as different as it is, I still think that would be something that I think people would appreciate.
Yeah, well, let's go to 2 and 3, because as gnarly as number 1 was, now I can't wait to try 2 and 3. So
yeah. Oh, number two is just like Tab soda. Tab.
How old are you, dude?
I just dated myself. What is this? Back to the Future?
Tab.
Tab.
Give me a tab. I can't give you a tab unless you pay for it.
Oh, you know what this is? This is Jolt soda. Jolt. Jesus. All right, let's see what we got here.
So this is what I expected more, a traditional, like, more aged rye nose.
Yeah.
The rye spice is there, the orange is there, the oak.
Yeah, I would say, this is probably a little more traditional.
Some definite sweetness.
Yeah. Oh man, that's interesting. Shit. Yeah, definitely a little more traditional, that's for sure.
But again, this is putting me in that, like, that Kentucky Owl like area, just a really well-aged nose, like the one of the 10, 11-year ones. Even though it's 9, but it just has like a little bit of an older characteristic to it.
This is for me always the fun part about aged like MGP ryes, is that they really start to kind of like turn in a very good way. They're like very drinkable. It's just I don't know what it is about aged ryes, but man, that's a lot of citrus. For me, it's a lot of orange. Not overly orange, but
yeah, this is more what I would expect with a MGP. It's like that. It's almost like that charred orange creamsicle note.
Yeah, I think that's
real. I mean, it's really good, but I feel like I've had this before.
Yeah, this is one of those things where, like, that is like, when we use the term crushable, like, you could destroy that rye in no time.
Yeah, and the finish is the third sip. The finish is just really kind of, I don't want to say it's dying, but it's not nearly as interesting as some of the other ones we've had. But yeah, it's very, and this one actually, the selling point on this one, I think, is the viscosity. It's very thick and rich.
Yeah. Fresca.
Look at Adriana. It's the fun part about aged MGP ryes to me, is giving them to someone else to drink.
Oh man, I can't.
So if we selected this Dr. Pepper rye, I would be curious to have Adriana taste this, because I've never had a rye like that, and I don't think she has either.
It's very different. Like,
I probably still wouldn't like it because it's a rye, and I don't think anyone has found a rye that she likes. But
I think honestly, the trick to her would be not knowing what that is at all, like not knowing. So, because once you told her it's a rye, she'd be like, I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't want it. I don't like it. No.
Yeah, I mean, that's how she sounds, I think, right? That's how she sounds.
I walk around my mountains in Utah, and I don't drink any fucking rye, just Knob Creek.
Knob Creek. Jesus.
I love you, Adriana.
Oh, God. Mm.
It's good. I mean, that's just a really good, solid rye, but I would not pay over. That's like a $50, $60 rye to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say that's a very drinkable. In rye whiskey, I like a little more spice. That for me didn't have a lot of spice.
It doesn't have a lot of spice at all. Yeah, I'm just taking that one out of the equation right now. So
okay, all right. So I just put a number 2.
That doesn't even hold a candle to 9-1.
No, so. Yeah, 9-1 is very, very interesting. So all right, let's see what we got for number 3.
Ooh.
All right, we're getting back into it a little bit now.
Yeah, 3 is a little bit bolder than 2 is.
Much more like that like heavy sweet oak presence is right away.
Yep. Still get the oranges in here.
Yeah.
This is more of like an orange marmalade, though. It's like a little bit richer.
Yeah, again, I think that fruit note is coming out in this too.
Adriana, I could have given you my mom's voice that I always do.
Not feeling the love. That's the best. Edith Bunker is the best.
Edith Bunker. Yeah. We love you, Adriana. I think it's everyone's goal to try to actually, I know Adriana has had a lot of whiskey. Adriana, like in all seriousness, have you found a rye that you somewhat liked? Or are you still
that's an interesting question.
Or are you still on just like, no rye at all that I've ever tried is good yet?
I think that'd be the thing, is to not like
this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna send her a sample of Jep the Creed. and then next to it a sample of one of these ryes and see what she likes.
so the moral to the story is, Adriana, as soon as you get like a package from Jason, just like launch it from the top of the mountain. just throw it as far away as you can.
So she said the only one I've honestly liked was a sample Bourbon sent me of Michael. Oh, the toasted barrel strength. Okay, I could see you liking the toasted barrel strength rye. I'm guessing that's either Michter's. Was it a Michter's or a Nulu? I'm guessing. Oh shit, Perry's here. What's up, Perry?
What's up, Perry? Good to see you, brother.
Yeah, can't wait to see you guys next week. The live show. Here we go.
Look at this clown.
DC's in the house.
What's up, brother?
Have you tried Four Roses Small Batch Select? It's a high rye bourbon, but great step into ryes. That's true. Very true.
I love that one. That's an underrated bourbon as far as I'm concerned.
Oh yeah, so it was the Michter's. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I could see that because that doesn't really drink necessarily like a traditional rye. So I could see.
Yeah, I think the Michter's again is lower proof, and I think the Michter's rye is also a single barrel too.
Mm-hmm. This 9.3 is just getting, every time I go back to it, it's really good.
Have you tried it yet or no?
Not yet. I haven't sipped it. I just keep nosing. I keep finding more stuff.
Yeah, I think it's I think this is a nice mixture of a rye.
This is like the epitome of like chocolate orange.
I just think, like, I keep thinking in my mind for like 150, like if we did one of these, like this would have to be kind of, like really an outlier, like number one. Like one is good,
Yeah, on the palate, 9.3 is good, but yeah, it's not $120 rye. I'm just saying it now. It's good, but
man, it's got a lot again, like that orangesicle. It's nice spice.
It's got a little bit of that like dark cherry, sweet tobacco thing going on in the finish.
I think 3 might be a little more sneakier than we think it is right now.
It is. I think we still have 1 in our head, so we got to give it a fair shake. Yeah.
I mean, that's a really nice, when you start to think about this, like from a drinkability factor, again, we're talking about 9 years for a rye, but you're getting into really, really nice ages.
And remember, ryes are also more expensive to make. It's a more expensive green, so that's where the price comes in. And the more you age it, just the higher it gets. Man, that 3's good.
Yeah, three is very good. I mean, like, I think the drinkability factor for all of these, I mean, 2 and 3 are just in that like really, really drinkable. Like 1 is an outlier. 1 is like a freak. I mean, that's like
I've never had a thing like that.
There's something that's crazy about 1.
Yeah.
Man, 3's good.
3's really good. Every time I go back to it.
It's sweet. It's got nice rye spice. It's got some like I think even again that like orangesicle, that little bit of a chocolatey kind of note.
This to me drinks like a Thomas H. Handy, like what you would expect.
It's not,
but with more spice to it.
It's not quite as sweet. Like I think the Handies can get like very, at times, like very candy sweet.
Yeah, that's why I liked
You know?
last year's so much, because it wasn't like that, and I think
Yeah.
that's why it stood out last year. But I totally get what you're saying. Years prior,
Yeah.
it can get a little bit too sweet.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
this is I would say this is a very good rye whiskey.
yeah, yeah. I don't know, man. We've eliminated 2, so we have 4 good options here. Really just depends on what direction we want to go.
Man, this is going to be tough. Like, we didn't have any issue with the bourbon. The bourbon was easy.
The bourbon was a clear, and I had a feeling this was going to be an issue with the ryes, but I did not expect the flavor profile of that 9-1 to be in the mix.
No.
I thought they were going to all be close to like what we experienced with 9-3 and both 6s that we selected.
Yeah.
This 9-1 is a weird outlier. I'm not sure how to really place that in everything.
It's interesting, and I guess that's part of it too. Like, I think to give people always just tried and true. Like, I think honestly, people are coming or looking for us to give them something that's, I'll say, different and unique. Like, we've done that with things.
Well,
So,
I mean, different and unique to a point where it's still delicious.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, not like we're gonna give them like mushroom soup funk or something. Like, we're not gonna do anything crazy like that.
That Ezra Brooks barrel, that thing broke you. That thing broke you, didn't it?
It did, dude. It like ruined part of me a little bit. when I tasted it, it just literally tasted like dirty mushroom soup. I'm like,
for those of you that don't know the story, when not this year, but the year prior, we tasted through a bunch of Ezra barrel picks, Ezra Brooks single barrels at Lux Row, when he came across this one that I think when Scott tasted it, he almost threw up.
Oh my God. It was like so nasty. All right. So I guess here's a good question for people in the chat. Of what we've described so far, if you were going to pay, let's just call it $150, okay? For what we've described, what would you want? Would you want something that's a little bit different, a little more unique, but still fantastic versus, I don't know, do you want to say more tried and true of 3, but there's that complexity to it. It's a really nice rye.
It really is. So let's ask this though first, just you personally, do you like the 9s over the 6s?
Man, that's really tough.
For me, I do.
Yeah, I mean, I think
the 6s were good, but the 2 9s that we have, I think, overshadow what those 6s bring.
I think the only factor would be like 6-1. Like 6-1 was like that.
Okay, so can we eliminate 6-3 then?
Yeah, I would say we can eliminate the 6-3.
Listen, I totally agree with you. It's not enough to overtake. So we're down to 6-1, 9-1, and 9-3.
Yeah, I would.
Those are the 3 we have left.
Okay, so all right, so say that again. So 6-1,
6-1, 9-1, and 9-3.
Yep. Okay,
those are
all right. I can see that. Those
are our choices.
Okay. All right. So that'll be. Man, that's gonna be. Fuck.
Everyone in the chat is saying Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper different. Dr. Pepper.
I mean,
your reaction alone to that one was worth it. Okay.
It's a fun one. I mean, I think it's something that's different and unique. And now that it's kind of like starting to open up, I mean, I've not gone back to it. Are you on it right now?
I'm going back through 6-1, 9-1, and 9-3 again.
All right. So in that order?
Yeah, 6-1. just real quick. I want to taste them again now that they've had a chance to open up a little bit and see what happens.
All right.
Oh yeah, Darrell Stewart says mix them up and blind them for number 1. I don't. I mean, we could do that.
Oh look! Oh now Mr. Blind. Now he wants to just do all the blinds and stuff, right? Remember
old number 6.
Old number, yeah. Old, yeah. What was it? Yeah. Wait. Old number 6. Yeah.
Well, first of all, we got to raise the glass because Darrell Stewart just welcomed his newborn baby.
Oh man! Congratulations, buddy. That's awesome. Congratulations.
Everybody raise your glass to Darrell.
Cheers, bud. That's awesome.
Yeah, he's a father for I forgot what the fifth time.
That's awesome.
But
That's
cheers
awesome.
to Darrell, man. Love you, buddy.
Definitely.
Cheers to you, man, and the family. Glad everyone is happy and healthy.
That's the most important thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, 6-1.
Whiskey Mounds is giving him the business. The old number 6 move.
The old number 6. Yeah. Considering he was very confident that in the blind he had chosen his.
I'll never forget that day. As long as I'll never forget going outside. I'm doing like a straw poll while they're setting up the blind tasting at Four Roses. Yeah. And go do it. I'm like, what do you like? 9? What do you like? 9? What do you like? 9? What do you like? 9. Darrell comes out. What do you like? 6.
Yeah. But in the blind, what did he ultimately choose?
In the blind, he ultimately chose number 9. Yep, that's right.
He was so confident. He was so confident too.
The 10-year, 2-month OESK that I'm so excited for.
Man, there's been a really nice run on some OESKs that have been like really.
Yeah, actually, Bourbon Pursuit was there not too long after, and they actually got an OESK as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
It really, I mean, between the two, I think Darrell would probably ultimately agree because that one we ended up with, that was a fantastic Four Roses.
Yeah. Darrell had a beautiful baby boy. So congrats again, man.
Awesome.
All right.
Man, number 1.
So I'm going back to 9-1 on the nose. Oh man, it's just so different and so good.
6-1 is so good and nice and spicy, sweet as I spit all over myself. Fuck, man, 6-1 is really good.
6-1 is very good.
More orange is coming out in 6 than I think it was before.
Yeah, I'm with you. It's gotten way sweeter and more orange, and all that heavy rye spice that I smelled and tasted in the beginning has definitely waned a little bit. So,
but it's still a great finish, though. There's a really nice
finish. But again, I mean, as good as 6-1 is,
yeah,
I feel like I've had that before.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it's the orange, it's the little bit of chocolate candy,
the orange, the chocolate, the mint, it's the spice, it's just a really perfect representation of what an MGP rye should be.
Yeah. Man, interesting.
Darrell didn't have the kid. Give his wife props. It's amazing. he just smoked a cigar and poured Michter's 20. I hope he did.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I hope he did.
Hey, Jesus.
Knowing Darrell, he had some, and then he invited a bunch of friends over and shared it because that's the kind of guy he is.
That's a very good possibility.
Yeah. Craig Benfield, mellow corn whiskey in my glass. My goal for the Mash and Journey Whiskey Club is still to be the first club with a single barrel mellow corn cast strength pick.
How can we finagle that?
I don't know, but it needs to happen somehow.
Like we're gonna have to go to.
We're gonna have to go straight up to the top.
We're
gonna have to talk to we're gonna have to talk to the Shapiro brothers.
Yes,
make this shit happen.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do like, come on, I mean, we're everyone's starving for a $15 bottle of fantastic mellow corn.
Man, it'll be $35 for a single barrel cast strength mellow corn.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, $35.
$35. $34.99.
$35, Scott. You drink it and shut your ass.
Shut your ass. Shut your ass. Oh,
dude, the nose on 9-1 though, man. I can't even handle it.
It is really nice.
Oh my god. I'm still getting the Swedish fish. But it's gotten almost gotten darker on the nose now.
I was gonna say, like, for me, it's gotten like richer, it's gotten thicker and more viscous. Fuck, that's good. Man.
Oh my god, dude.
It is so good. Like, man, if you could do like a sticker on this, I mean, it would have to have Dr. Pepper on it. It is like spicy, sweet. Man, it's like
I
just like
I
just
can't
like
even
the Robbins of
out of any note you've ever thrown out in your entire life. That was the most spot on. You get 4.5 gold stars tonight.
I appreciate that.
You know what? I'll give you the full 5 stars.
Yes.
Dr. Pepper is so fucking spot on. I can't even handle it.
High five.
High five. I like you.
High five.
But
man.
it's not just sweet. The spice just
that's the best part.
Out.
But I think that's kind of like, and Dustin said it, like that's the whole deal with the Dr. Pepper. There's all those different what's Will saying? He said something about go Braves.
Why are they playing the Brewers tonight?
Yes.
Oh boy.
Oh, it's 1-0, but fuck. All right, still middle.
Well, the Mets are playing the Cardinals right now. They're down 3-2, but they have bases loaded with 1 out. So we'll see what happens.
Okay. All right. Well, as long as they beat the Cardinals, I'm good with that. So
let's see.
One is hard to get away from. 9-1 is hard to get away from. Fuck, that's really good. Man, I somehow seem to like want to keep going back to 6-1 for some reason. Which one are you on? 9-3?
Yeah, I think as good as 9-3 is, it's falling flat compared to the other two. I don't know if you're feeling the same. I mean, it's really good, but 6-1 and 9-1 are just they have a different thing going on to me. But 9-3 is a crushable, delicious rye.
I think the spice on it is late. Like you get a nice spice.
But you know what? You do, but the palate on 9-3, it's just flatter compared to the other two.
You think so, hey?
I love the viscosity of 9-3, and I love like you said, the late finish. But the palate is lacking compared to the other two. If you gave me 9-3, a bottle of this to drink, I'd crush the shit out of this.
Yeah, you could crush it really easily.
But compared to 6-1 and 9-1, it's not living up to those two.
Man, I should find out. Let me see if I can get a see if I can get an update real quick while we're live as to how much a bottle of this 9-year would be.
Well, do you have it? You have it in the email that he sent you, the original one?
I don't think I do. I think it's downstairs. Let me. Man, that's really
So that's the big question, Will. Are the 9 years worth almost double the 6? If it was this 9-1, I think it would be because it's so different. I don't think the 9-3 is double the price better than 6-1. I'll tell you that much. So I'm gonna personally eliminate 9-3. I love it, but I just don't think it stands up to 9-1 and 6-1.
That's the thing. Like, and this is where I think part of this is coming in, where I'm trying to do like in terms of value. Like if we're paying $150 for 9-1 versus let's say $85 or $90 for 6-1, like which one ultimately becomes the better value? You know what I mean?
I know, but I mean, honestly, though, value is very subjective depending on the person.
I know.
You know, what we have to put into perspective is the unique factor. And
it's true. That's true.
And the like you said, the process of bringing something to the group that's different and unique and unlike anything that anyone's had, but still delicious.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm leaning towards 9-1 because of that fact. As good as 6-1 is, 9-1 just has something Frankenstein-y and different going on with it. And I love it. Look at OH on the bottom, what he said.
Can we put a sticker of Jason dressed as traditional Swedish pantaloons? and stockings and call it Jason Swedish Pepper Rye. OH, we can do whatever we want. So the answer to that question is very simple. Yes, we can do that. Man, I think the more I go back to it, the more I kind of go back.
Mm-hmm.
Like 9-1 is definitely drinking like richer. There's the complexity of the age of that is definitely showing up when you go back to.
And it's a different profile than I've had in rye, and it's unique, but in all good ways.
Yeah,
there's nothing like you. I mean, Scott and I have had, like we said before, we got an Ezra Brooks that was wildly unique, but it was fucking terrible.
Yeah.
No, this is going to be 23 flavors Dr. Pepper pick. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's got to have something like that.
Oh my God, Ben Hernandez, Jason with Little Sweet's body. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be Little Sweet. I love that idea. Ben Hernandez. I'm writing that down.
Little Sweets.
I put poor Scott on a couple of our labels. It's time for me to get on a label. Little Sweet.
So like Will said, see, I think these get pricey. He said one of his other clubs did a 9-year pick. It was $165.
Damn, 165. Shit, that's a lot.
I'm hoping James gets back to me and lets me know like what the.
That's a lot.
You know what I mean?
Retail 6-1 will sell out quick. 9-1 will be a slower sell, not because of taste, but because of the price. Yeah, I totally agree.
This is a tough one from, and that's a great point.
Because it's price versus unique, but also delicious.
Yeah.
Are you willing to pay the premium to get something that different and unique?
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of people that would. There's a lot of people that aren't going to spend money for a rye like that just because it's a rye. Yeah. Now, if it was a bourbon, on the other hand, the fact that we picked a younger bourbon, a 5-year bourbon, doesn't make me so mad if we got a more expensive rye. Because if we picked one of the 9-year bourbons over the, and a 9-year rye, I would be more compelled to pick the younger rye.
I'm almost 100% positive that the 9-year anything bourbon rye was $149.
Okay.
So, and again, like, we try to do a little something, look at this value.
And it's hard to put into context because, everybody watching can just go off of our reaction and what we're telling them.
Yeah.
Without tasting it. It's hard to tell them for a rye this unique 150 to me, I would buy a couple of them because I've never had anything like it.
I mean 150 is just the price because that doesn't even factor in like a few bucks for like if we were doing anything,
I mean, so a 9-year rye, we'll have less bottle yield. It'll be more expensive. We have the bourbon. I can buy a whole. That's a lot of taps.
That's a lot. Craig, I don't live too far from like where they produce Miller and all that stuff. And I'm telling you, you can buy a lot of Paps for $165. You are.
It's not even close. If I could only take one, I'm taking 9-1 because I've never had anything like it. 6-1 is delicious, but I've had that profile before.
I get it.
Yeah. I don't know.
I get it. That's the one thing I think with ryes is the older age ryes definitely start to kind of like shine. There's just something about them.
You know what? That's a good point, Will. We did the 4-gate pick and that was $225 and that's sold out. So
that's true.
How do you gauge it?
that is true.
I think from our standpoint, honestly, Scott, we have to go with the best whiskey that's available.
That's what I was just gonna say.
Price be damned. If folks want to buy it, fine. If they don't, I understand. I'll buy the rest. I don't care.
Yeah.
It's that good.
I think that's a good call. At the end of the day, like I think we have to give them the best of whatever it is we're taking and not like, take a shortcut on something to try to give them what we think is a better value.
Yeah.
We don't know that.
Well, Top Shelf Dustin, that's a good point. but I think people that are in the know how good these Nashville Barrel Company picks are.
That's another good point. I mean, I think in terms of what people understand, like what Nashville Barrel is kind of pumping out there. I don't mean them, but the barrels that they're securing. I mean,
dude, I think this bourbon that we picked 2 weeks ago and this rye is probably two of the most unique but delicious combinations that we've done to date for Mash and Journey Whiskey Club.
Fuck, that's good, man.
It's so fucking good. I can't even, both of them. This 9-1 is giving me that same feeling that bourbon did 2 weeks ago. It's just so different and dark and rich and complex and unique, but all in such good ways. It
is.
I mean, fuck it. Let's take 9-1. What can I say?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, I think in terms of the overall experience of what it is, I mean, that's part of the deal too, because I guess at the end of the day, like everyone can have really good whiskey, but when you get really good whiskey that's slightly different in a very good way, those don't come all the time.
Yeah,
you know?
It's 9-1, whatever. If nobody buys them, I'm buying the rest of them because it's that good. So.
Looks like someone's working overtime.
I'm working overtime, baby. 9-1 it is.
Oh man,
dude, I keep going back to it. It's fucking delicious.
It really is. I mean, it's a wave of different flavors. There's no doubt about it.
It's crazy,
man.
It's a crazy. I mean, yeah, Dr. Pepper, dude, is so spot on. It's cherry Dr. Pepper, and to get that on a rye is really. But
for you guys watching, don't think anything medicinal, goofy, shitty cherry. It's not.
Yeah, it's not that type of cherry. It's not like artificial cherry. It's an actual. Well, I mean, I said Swedish fish, which is pretty artificial, but you know what I mean.
Man, you just want to like keep going back to it. That's the one thing about it.
I know. I want to keep drinking. It's all gone. It's like that's the one I keep going back to.
All right, so I think we're all right. We locked into 9-1 then.
Yeah, we have to. It's too good. It's too good to pass up.
Yeah, I would agree, man. That is. I mean, just looking at the glass and the bottles, it's plowable. That's for damn sure, man. What's Dustin say?
You heard that, guys. Nobody buy the rye. You'll see Jason with a full barrel bottle.
That is like a full barrel.
That's true.
It's just got like a little spigot on it. You just like walk up and like fill your glass right from the barrel.
I'm gonna get one of those cheesy like the wine blocks. You pour the wine upside down and and have the tap. I'm gonna do that with my Nashville ryes. I'm just gonna keep going.
That's elite status when you have like a barrel that you can just like tap from. Like that's awesome. Your own barrel.
It's too good. I mean, it's pretty much gone, which says a lot. I mean,
that's the thing. I've got like a slight amount. I feel like I wanna. This has barrel char. I mean, this is direct. I mean, it's very good.
Dude, you know what this reminds me a little bit of? Our Michter's rye that we bottled at the
Fort Nelson.
The Fort Nelson distillery, yeah.
Man, it's really very good.
I mean, we paid what, $150 for that without.
And that was in like the early part of 2019.
Yeah, we paid that easily, and it was like it's still one of the best ryes I own. So to have this to kind of it's gone now, but to have this to kind of because that bottle's almost gone to kind of replace it. I mean, shit.
Here's a question for you. What do you think the proof on that is?
I don't know because it drinks easy, but there's like a lingering spice. So I don't know. I'm thinking that's going to be like in the 112, 113.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking 112, 115 range, something like that.
That's what I think it's going to be. We don't know the proof points, Thunder Dan.
No, we don't know any of that. Man, this is
yeah. Top Shelf Dustin. We'll tell them if they can to leave the char in the bottles because it is worth an extra $50.
At least, yeah. It's like a gold. It's like Goldschlager.
Look at Nicholas. He says he's drinking Fred Minnick's 9-year rye, and he's getting similar tasting notes.
Oh, interesting.
So maybe that's a thing. Maybe some of these barrels coming out have this profile.
Interesting. All right.
Yeah.
So okay, so I guess the question is, so Nicholas, for like what we've described, I mean, is this $165, bottle of rye? What are you good? Are you good with that?
Or 150, which is what you think you were told, right?
That's just that's just the price.
Yeah.
That's the straight up price.
Mm-hmm. Shit, that's so good.
Yeah, there's still man, that's a lot more like Thomas Handy type of like rye with the difference, the sweetness, the spice, the complexity, the finish.
That's better than Handy. Handies don't taste like that.
Man, that's fucking good, man.
That's good.
I would
guys, if guys are willing to pay like $600 for a fucking Thomas H. Handy, this is way better, honestly.
I would drink the shit out of this till I was drunker than a skunk. Man, oh man.
Nicholas says, yeah, it's worth 150. Okay. What distributor are so these will be distributed through Nashville Barrel Co. They have we're gonna run this through them. They have their own distributorship and they'll ship and everything will be through them. So
yeah, so again, there will be a handful of states that they don't go to that are just the problem states. You guys already know what those states are. It's no mystery. So like I know if you're in Tennessee, they can't even ship in Tennessee. So if you're in Tennessee, you're basically fucked unless you can get to the distillery.
Yeah, if you're in Tennessee and Scott, did they mention do they hold back bottles in the shop for folks or no?
I don't think so. I think all of this will be our pick. This will be allocated. Now, what they will do is, I'm sure if there are people that are local, we can make arrangements with them that if they want to hold back, let's say, 10 or 15 or whatever it may be, something we can make sure that the Tennessee people are taken care of. That.
Yeah, we'll do a poll within Patreon. If there's a good amount of you in Tennessee that want to get your hands on this, we'll hold back some bottles at the distillery if you guys want to make your way over there and grab them.
Is Texas a problem state? I don't think so.
It sometimes is, sometimes it's not. I think the more the problem states tend to be right now Tennessee, Arkansas, and Michigan, and in some cases Ohio as well.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So yeah, Top Dog says he lives about 15, 20 minutes from there. Definitely be picking up my bottle. Yeah, I think we'll have to do that for a few of the local people.
Yeah.
There.
Okay. So, yeah, that's fine.
But all right.
All right, man. So we selected what 5? Was it 5-1? That we picked?
I thought last week was 5-2. I thought, but
it was 5-2. So 5-2 and 9-1. Yeah, that's it.
5-2 and 9-1. So
well, you already told them about our bourbon pick, right?
Yeah, I kind of went over that. I mean that was for a 5-year bourbon. I don't even know what to say about it. It was
I actually have it. I have it circled right here in this book.
Was it 5-1?
B52 was our pick.
5-2, okay.
And 9-1 is going to be our rye pick. So
yeah. Okay. All right. So bourbon 5-2.
Dude, I shit you not, guys. When you guys get your hands on these picks, you're going to be like, what the fuck am I drinking? It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it was, and again, I mean, we want to try to, and that was a good point before, is rather than try to compromise ever, we want to give you guys whatever we feel is the best, regardless of price. If you buy it, great. If you don't, we didn't compromise on it, so that's the thing. We feel like if we're going to give you the best of whatever it is we're tasting, that's probably the fairest thing to do for you. So,
all right, man. Well, I actually got to bounce off because I'm heading over to
you got poker night.
Well, if any of you guys like Dungeons and Dragons, I'm heading over to Dungeons and Drams, which is another channel that I'm doing in partnership with Bill the Whiskey Dick, who's the dungeon master. Ed from Rock Up Review, Cliff from Bourbon Bites, and one of Bill's friends, Molly, who's great to have on. So we're going to be heading over there to see what our next adventure brings for Dungeons and Drams. So if you guys want to geek out a little bit, head on over there. But 21090 is also live right now, so you guys can head over there too. So.
Yep, do all that stuff. Thanks, guys. Hey, we're doing what we can for you. We're going to bring you the best we possibly can. We're not going to compromise, as you can see. So, yeah, head over, watch 21090, get over to Dungeons and Drams for some good entertainment. I think they're playing some pretty good poker tonight, so they'll be doing some really fun stuff. But thanks, guys, for hanging out with us for an hour and 20 plus minutes. We appreciate it. Appreciate all the support. And if you guys ever have any questions, hit us up anytime. But I guess with that, we will see you guys next Tuesday with something. Don't know what it's going to be yet, but it'll be probably epic.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Cheers, guys. We'll see you guys next week. See ya.